Good morning, welcome to the occasional vlog. Before we start, I did record some bits earlier in the week about cameras and stuff, so I will cut those in now. Good. And I just realised I haven't checked my mush because I've just eaten my dinner. Afternoon, it is an early start for the occasional vlog. It is actually Wednesday, and Gemma's out, so I wanted to get cracking because I had something in my head, and if I don't do the things that are in my head, I'll forget them, and I never write stuff down. Our friend Sarah, channel friend who also runs the channel That Sounds Fun, was asking about the DJI Osmo and the microphones and what the sounds like and whether people have struggled. So I thought we'd do some playing about this evening. So right now, the camera doesn't know I'm here. I do wonder about this camera sometimes. It doesn't seem to pick up my face tracking properly most of the time. I don't know if I've got face tracking mode on, to be honest. But right now, you're on the onboard audio of the camera, so it is basically just the audio that the camera is picking up. The slight issue with that being that it doesn't have any sort of wind protection on it. So when I'm walking around, say for example when we were in Spain, I was using this microphone because if I just use the camera on its own, you get wind blowing across the microphone. And I was saying on her comments that about using this microphone, and you do have to watch for audio clipping and stuff like that. And I wanted to see if I could demonstrate it. So now we're on the normal audio for the camera. And all being well, if this goes right, I should be able to turn this on. It's vibrated, I know it's on there. And eventually, you should hear a word then, just like an audio drop for like a brief second. But now you're on this. So the audio automatically has flipped over to this. So it's like Bluetooth connected. So all you need when you're vlogging with DJI Osmo, this is no interest for anyone who isn't the DJI Osmo, but I mean, you know, it's our channel. We just do whatever we want. But all you need, basically, when you're using this DJI is the camera, which I've got in my hand, so I can't show you that, and this. And usually I have this clipped right here on my bag strap. But also some people put it on the end of the case, or I think you can get mounts to stick it on the camera. I've definitely seen something you can 3D print that does that. And has a place to put your phone on the side as well, so I could walk around with a full rig. But yeah, so now we're on this, and I actually think the audio from this is pretty good. I wasn't sure about it at first, because I've seen other people using them, and I've not been sure. And I think what it is if you use two of them, it does something to the audio, and I think it removes a lot of the background noise. I don't know if it's using the both of them or something. And the atmosphere from the audio tends to change a little bit. I don't know. So I have noticed that, but when I've just used one and I've been in the zoo, I've actually quite liked the audio from this. The ambient noise that you'd picked up from the zoo video that I recorded the other day was pretty decent. You could hear like the what could we hear? Oh, the lemurs. I'm trying to remember what we did in the zoo the other day. You could hear the lemurs in the trees behind us, like calling and stuff like that, and you could hear from the other side of the zoo the gibbons howling just through this little microphone here, which I'm now realising that if I'm moving it around like this, it's going to really mess the audio, or if I get really close like that, that's really bad, isn't it? I mean, our audio on our videos has been terrible for 10 years, so, you know. But yeah, so far, I actually quite like the audio on this, and I'm almost on the verge of contemplating just using it for the whole of the trip when we go in Florida in September. Because when you put, basically, when I put it on my back, like this, I start recording and I see, and there's a little meter on the top of the screen. Hang on, let me see if I can show you. So just so you know now, you're actually on my phone's audio, so just ignore the quality of the audio now. It's not representative of this camera. But what I'll do, you can see the laser on my phone shining on the screen. I'll turn the camera on and I'll show you how it works. So you flip this and turn it on. Camera comes on, points at the thing there, and then you see it connected then. So what I find is if I'm like sitting around, well, at first it turns itself off automatically like that, which I really like because it can save your battery. But if I'm walking along now, my microphone is still on, and it'll stay on until it goes to sleep. And I'm not sure if you can change that setting. I need to look into that. But then something will happen. I want to catch the video, so I flip the camera on, and I stay quiet until I see that come up like that. And when that comes up like that, I know then that the audio's cut over to the microphone and I'm good to go. The one thing you saw there, the battery was 40%. The one thing I should mention is that you get about 8 hours of battery out of the DJI Mic 2. So basically, I'm pretty much good for the entire day just using one battery on the microphone. The camera does use battery quite quickly though. I don't know. God, how big's my thumb? Yeah, you can see it's using the handle there. So we've got on the left, we've got the battery for the camera, and on the right you've got the handle. So the handle basically just charges the battery of the camera. There's the handle, and the inside there is the camera's battery. The camera's battery is fixed, so it's where we'd normally do batteries is we'd normally have in fact I've still got them here, hang on. These are the old ZV-1 batteries that I haven't really got a use for anymore. And one for a G7X Mark II, funnily enough. But I'd normally have a load of these in a bag, and I just use them and exchange them as I need them and burn through them. When we go to Florida in September this year, I'm going to have to get into the habit of keeping this charged when I'm not using it, because it is a fixed battery system and I'm not used to doing that. So that's going to be a bit weird. But to sort that, Gemma picked up a Anker 20,000 milliamp hour battery. I think she got a deal on Vodafone. It was like 20 quid. So that'll probably keep this thing charged for the entire day. Fingers crossed. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, I've been pretty happy with this so far. The footage when we were walking around the zoo on Monday last week was really, really nice. Apart from it was underexposed. So I need to look at why it's underexposed here, because it shouldn't be. But I think I've changed something, and that's the thing with this camera. I think I change things quite a lot and then don't realise I've done it. If you're used to the DJI operating system, it's the same as every other. And the one thing I do like is if I hit this here, if I hit it twice, this little thumbstick here, you hit it twice, it refocuses the camera. So if I knock the camera at a tilt, hang on, let's try and get it confused and point at something random. If we do it over there, for example, and then I go, actually I want it straight back to the centre. Double click. It goes right back to the centre and straight back to the horizon. If I want to film me, triple click. It spins round and then you can see the phone filming. But you know, obviously if I was walking around, it'd be filming me now. But part of the reason why I'm doing this now is I think some of these things, these little shortcuts, some of the vloggers, some of the reviewers never mentioned them when I was looking for this. So, I mean, we watched like Adam that we're using this camera. He does that triple click quite a lot. I would recommend if you're using that though, not to keep the video recording when you do it, because it's quite noisy. And so apologies for doing it on the video. Bad example, I know. But yeah. And the other one is that double click I literally found out in the zoo on Monday, sorry. And I'm like, what? I'm sick of it, because I'll be like that filming over there and I'll want to focus back to the middle. And I'm like, having to line it up myself, and I'm like, I've gone too far that way. Get it back again. No. And the other weird ones with it as well is there's a setting on the screen where you can change it to pan like that, or just by tapping the screen, zoom like that. It's digital zoom, and I can't stand digital zoom, so I never use it. So I try and leave it on this setting where I can like tilt up and down. The problem is, if you switch the screen once, it changes the setting. You can't just lock it to this setting. I've not found a way anyway, and this is a lot of it for me. I haven't read the instructions. You never do, so I'm learning things as I go along. In fact, I didn't even come with an instruction manual beyond a pamphlet anyway. So you know, as with modern cameras. Oh, and before I forget, there is one other feature on the DJI Mic that I have used that I don't see mentioned a lot, which is actually really useful. If you turn it on like this with nothing else connected, press the record button there, it turns it into its own little microphone. So now it's recording any audio that it picks up, regardless of the fact that the camera's not connected. If you plug it into your PC, then you can download the files off it, and you can basically use it as a microphone. It's got about 8 gig of space on it as well, so that's really good, to be honest, for a tiny little thing like that. And the the new Mic Minis are even smaller. Anyway, enough microphone talk. We've not done it for a little while, but I parked the car up this morning and I'm going for a little walk around Ormskirk, trying to get some steps in before the start of the day. Just had a nightmare trying to actually park the car because all the card machines are down and I don't carry cash. I just thought it was on before I left that I should probably put a couple of quid in, but I didn't. So then I tried to get some change because I do carry a note, and Morrison's wouldn't take my money from the machines. Fortunately, Morrison's is 2 hours parking. Anyway, we're going to do a version of our usual stroll around. Got myself a drink of water. We're going to walk down to the roundabout and back up through the park and then maybe through town a bit. Visit a couple of shops today before we leave. I think I wasted the first 10 minutes of me 2 hours of free parking trying to get some change so I could move my car to a place that I can get more parking. Which is a bit silly because I'm probably not going to be in time for more than 90 minutes. I think even before I had the scammy you park your car in our car park letter for the car that I don't own, which I've not heard about since, by the way. I was always obsessive about making sure I was parked somewhere I wasn't going to get a parking ticket and double and triple checking reels. I've always been a bit paranoid. I think that just made it worse. Having done all my video about my microphones and wind and noise and stuff like that, of today, of course, I'm on my phone and it's dead windy. Oh look, there's a snail on the cable box there. Captain Distractor. Oh, Pangaea closed since the last visit, although you can still see evidence of iron animals on the gates, and now it's a Pilates studio. It's a bit fancy for a Pilates studio, but there we go. Anyway, I think I've missed my turn off. I meant to go in the park. Oh, weirdly, when I took the wrong turn and missed my turn off, it actually put me on the right path for where I wanted to walk. Because I would have just come along there anyway. Not been this way before, so I've had to try a big change that isn't a change at all, because it's literally just connecting to a road up there. There's only so many walks you can do around a small town centre. I just like Ormskirk for walking, though. It's less hustle bustle than some town centres, although the market is on today, so it will be busier. Nice church over there as well. I'm going to have to get a riddle on. I've only got about an hour left. Well, an hour and a half, but I've given myself a bit of leeway just to not get the car off the car park. The map appears to be out of date. I could have made me walk a bit more interesting. Oh well. Could have gone down to the duck pond and I'd walk around there. Well, that's the second time a fly's flown into my face today. It's just one of those days, I think. We're just by the graveyard at the church now. There's some age in those stones. A magpie up there as well. These houses are lovely. I do feel like that just walking up here with a camera means I'm probably on some neighbourhood watch hit list. At this location are Commonwealth war graves. We'll not be walking around the graveyard today, but if you do want to come and see them, there they are. Right in the town centre, you can't miss it, the church too much. Oh, the church looks really pretty through the trees from here. Evidently a lot of people are using this as a way through, but I'm going to stick to the road. I'm going to break a leg in Ormskirk. They closed the A&E down years ago. Gemma keeps talking about going seeing Matilda in Liverpool because we saw Tim Minchin. They're actually putting their own little production of it on in the Civic here. That's cute. There's the Civic there, little theatre, community one. I mean, the nice thing about around here is, yes, quite a small town, but lots of cool restaurants. We've been to a couple. Turquoise is a lovely Turkish place. The market's really good, the food market. But no food today. Still trying to watch me calories. Having said that, we are having Chinese for tea tonight. Little record shop up there, that's that vintage. I need to check that out one day. Also just noticed it's the Ormskirk Street Beer House, which is a new one to me. Although Kaz Social's our favourite spot, so we'll probably continue to go there. I'm sure if we come out for a session though, we could always try the other one. I've shown it before, but if you get to this where it says designed by Violet, between that and DH Nails, there's a Paul Curtis piece of street art up there. A little hard to see in this light, maybe if I get further back you'll see it better. It's a little better, it's very cool. And it is market day, Saturday and Thursday. It's a proper traditional market with your Funko Pops and your Lego minifigs. You check that stall out, that's quite cool. Of course there's cake stalls. There's always good cake stalls. Pin badge stall. The other end I'll have all like the proper stalls, like the hardware, cleaning products and stuff like that. Like the old markets used to be. And if you know Ormskirk, you'll know this caused chaos last week and the other week. The road collapsed. It's been fixed, but it's not open yet. We normally go up around the back and under the railway bridge, but because I'm a bit limited on time today, and I've already done a decent walk, a few thousand steps, nothing major. I'm going to go and check out a couple of shops and we'll catch up when we get home, I think. And we are home to a very overcast, rainy garden. I'm on cat watch at the minute because, well, we haven't seen Cat since Sunday, which is not unusual. He does sometimes just disappear for weeks on end and then he'll come back. But also, a neighbour that I don't know actually, but someone who lives on our street has reported a cat missing. And while I was working yesterday, I saw a cat that was very, very similar to it up the back of our garden. So I sent them a picture. They said they don't think it is their cat. They posted like a message online saying that it was missing. But in any case, I thought I'd better let them know that I had seen this cat. It might be theirs. And they're on the look for it as well. But in the meantime, since we haven't seen that cat around before, I've got the trail cam set up there just watching. See if it passes through again. I feel like cat obsessed me, you know. I just think like if it was my cat, I'd want to know if someone had possibly seen it, you know. And it was very, very similar. It just had slightly different markings on its nose, which we were like, it could be artifacting on the camera or anything. So hopefully I can get some more pictures of it if it's still about. But in the meantime, our three are all somewhere else. One of them's on the couch here, fast asleep. And yeah, we're going to start the occasional vlog, the weekly vlog. I guess we're going to start it. It's been probably 20 minutes at this point anyway, the way I waffle. But yeah, not a huge amount of plan this weekend. I know it's like a repeated thing. It's just the way it is at the minute. We just really haven't really planned a huge amount this summer that is vloggable, to be honest with you. But we just kind of keep an occasional vlog up where we can. Gemma has an appointment tomorrow, so we're going to go to that and get that appointment sorted. And we may do a little bit of a walk in town, but it won't be like a drinking afternoon in town. It'll be a drive down to town, have an explore of some shops, which never leads to much footage when I'm vlogging, admittedly. Just get some fresh air. The weather's supposed to be rainy in the morning and then better as the day goes on, so fingers crossed that stays. And yeah, that's about it, to be honest, this weekend. I have no plans for today. May have just a little bit of a rest day. I was going to do some gardening bits, but at the minute I kind of need a dry day to do some painting, and today has been a bit changeable, and it was raining overnight, so the areas I want to paint are still a little bit wet. I guess I could do some mowing or something, although the lawn was wet. So I guess it doesn't hurt to have a quiet weekend. We have started to think about what we want to do at the bottom of the garden. We kind of mulled the idea of possibly getting a little greenhouse to do some food growing. Maybe get some tomatoes and things like that in there. Strawberries even, I don't know. We'll have a think about that next year though, because that's going to require a bit of an investment, because we don't want like a little plastic greenhouse, because the neighbour had one of those and it blew away. So we'll probably have to get a proper one. But we'll see what happens there. Not saying it will happen, it might happen. It would be nice to use the garden to grow a bit of food though, wouldn't it? There's all that space. Update on the 3D printing. I have now designed the new, and there's only going to be a limited amount of these fridge magnet that I'll be giving away if I see people in the parks, assuming I carry them with me because I will forget. But that is the new design. You'll have seen it on the logo of the channel. I'm only taking 10 of these with us. They take 2.5 hours each to print. So what I will be doing is these will be a super limited run, and then I'll probably do some key rings or something, or pin badges, or a keyring pin badge combo type thing. Like, it'll be the same design, but you can have it on a keyring or a pin badge. Oh, and Gemma does keep taking the mick out of me for Hot Wheels when we go past shops. These are me fidget Hot Wheels. So what it was, when I was sat at my desk, I was playing with a penknife on a work call once, and I thought, I'm going to cut myself. So I put the penknife away and pulled out a little Hot Wheels I'd had for probably about 5-6 years now at least. And I thought, this is actually a better, safer little toy to fidget with while I'm on a work call. And I just started occasionally picking them up when I go to Asda or wherever. I bought a couple online as well of little cards that I like from TV series and stuff like that. And, they start at about £1 odd. I suppose if you've got kids, you'll know. I do keep a couple of them in boxes as well. So that's the one I picked up on the holiday a couple of years back in Florida. We can't get Johnny Lightning cars over here. So I might pick a couple more of those up on our Florida trip. And we all recognise that one. And those of us born in the 80s will recognise that one. And if you're a fan of automotive YouTubers, you'll recognise that one as well, the Roadkill Rotten. Those ones are staying in the boxes because they're nice ones. If you like your shelves of trinkets, this is mine. And it carries on over here. A couple of Fast and Furious cars there. One of those was a gift from Carl and Lynn, our friends. There's me Jurassic World shelf. Jurassic Park, sorry, shelf. Jurassic World doesn't exist in my world. And a little Mazda 3 in a Matchbox box there. I do have 3 of them. I don't know where one of them is though. So 2 boxed and 1 open. There's my little Playmobil DeLorean, me Ashington Nerd Cubed. My old phone case for Gin there, for a phone I don't actually own anymore. Up here's my Amiga mouse. And Stuart Ashen's signed mouse mat. And there's my little Mazda 2 because we used to drive them all the time. So I bought a little Mazda 2 to match what I used to drive. And then when we got the first Mazda 3, I bought a little Mazda 3, which was the model I actually currently drive. They never did the first Mazda 3 in a Matchbox car. I am like a magpie for shiny stuff when I see collectible tat. House. Not a shelf in the house. Doesn't have tat on it. We're definitely not minimalist people, I'll say that. We like our stuff. Calorie counting update. When I started, I'd reached the height of the heaviest I'd been at 16 stone 10, which is normally around the high 15 mark. So obviously that was a bit of a shock to the system because I don't want to be, with my health stuff, I don't want to be too heavy in that. So I started doing the calorie count. And I'm down 6 pounds from 16 stone 4. Now, I have a pretty good, I think, metabolism in that I can eat anything I want and I don't put a huge amount of weight on. But when I do try to lose weight, the first few weeks, the weight will drop quite quickly and then it'll plateau. So I'm not expecting to be maintaining that sort of weight loss. But if I can get back down to like the low 15s, high 14s, I would be much happier than I currently am. I mean, I'm fairly happy, to be honest. It'd be nice that my t-shirt belly didn't hang at the bottom of my t-shirt. I have to quit the beer for that. Just coming out checking on the flowers. Look at the colours on these now. Absolutely beautiful. And speaking of music and stuff, it looks like half my social media followers are in Birmingham today watching Black Sabbath. It's a good job I'm not the jealous type, isn't it? Bastards. But as for me, I'm going to snack on some bunny bites. That sounds wrong. I'm going to go and listen to some music. So I do have a new record to listen to. It's not new, it came out last year, but it is Julie Christmas's Ridiculous and Full of Blood. I've been listening to this album loads. And so I decided to buy it on record. It's really good. Someone said it kind of sounds like if Björk decided to do metal. Can't play much of these for obvious reasons, but this is duly Christmas. Maybe not to everyone's taste, but I enjoy it. I've even been sat down a minute, and Madam's here for snuggles. She does like to snuggle when I'm listening to records. I just realised the rhino's got its ear stuck in the treadmill. It's just in where this handle comes from. There he goes. I'll rescue that shortly. She did an album with a band called Cult of Luna as a post-metal band called Mariner, and I need to get a copy of that as well because it's excellent. And her voice is just wild. Well, I was just about to say Pixie was using me as a pincushion, but she decided instead that she wanted to get in the face of the camera. Look. Not bad end. I think Pixie's quite enjoying this album. It's as manic as she is. Next listening, I haven't heard this in years. Beta band to the 3 EPs.
I will now sell 5 copies of the 3 EPs by the beta band.
Do it. Well, I had a nice shower, hoovered the stairs and hoovered the rug. It's nearly time to think about picking Gemma up, and I come into the kitchen and see this. A whole week he's been away, and now he's asleep on the garden stool like he's not been anywhere. Hello, bud. Where have you been? We've not seen you for a week. Are you alright? Here you go, pal. You're looking good. Gemma's home.
Oh.
We went for the crispy noodle.
Crispy noodle.
To be honest, we'd normally get this with ribs and wings, but we only got one side this time.
I want to get something of chips with it.
Yeah, that's exactly it, yeah. Did you get salt and pepper chicken bites or chicken wings?
I asked for wings.
Okay. I thought you'd said bites, but it is wings. I like wings.
No, I got wings.
Did you enjoy your tea, Hud?
It was lovely.
Good. Enjoyed it too. Very full now, though. And that'll be all me Ethan tonight. Yeah, and I'm going to do a stout Saturday and have Recurring Dream by Siren Brewery. I've not tried this one. It's a breakfast stout, so let's give it a go. Let's give it a try then. It's 4.6%, so it's not a super strong one. It's nice, smooth. All I can taste is salt and pepper chicken wings, if I'm honest.
Salt and pepper chicken wings stout.
Yes, salt and pepper chicken wings stout. That's an interesting combination. Coffee. It's nice. I go with 3.75, maybe a 4 on that one. Indulgent chocolate flavours and specialty malts along with the creaminess of lactose for balance and mouthfeel. There you go. Coffee roast, it's always right with coffee. But yeah, I mean coffee and chocolate with stouts, most of them to be honest. Good morning, Gemma.
Good morning.
Did you have a nice evening last night?
Yes.
We watched...
Final Destination.
Yeah. It was alright.
It was the...
Watchable popcorn movie guff.
If I was making a list of Final Destinations, it would be bottom of the list.
Okay.
Because the CGI was just a little bit...
Rubbish, yeah. Including the CGI and the 3D ones that was terrible as well.
Including the CGI. They had characters that you really liked because they were so awful.
Yeah.
Whereas this didn't even have that. But it did have Tony Todd, and it did tie everything together, which I thought was really clever.
So you've got an appointment today, haven't you? Mm-hmm. And then after that, we're going to go for a walk around town.
Yeah, I want to go to Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, and get some steps in. Bath and Body Works, maybe some record shops.
I need to check what hand soaps I've got.
Yeah.
I definitely need shower gel because I'm running out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll just see what other shops we get to.
Yeah, because I don't really need anything, like holiday-wise or anything.
We were originally going to have dinner in town, weren't we? But we've
Yeah.
bought a chicken into
But we're trying to be
healthier.
good, and I've eaten out twice this week already.
But you have lost some weight.
I have, yeah.
So well done.
So that's good, because I've tried to make clever choices while I've been out.
Yeah.
And not had starters and not
Just
had
whiskey
puddings and
instead of having
yeah,
food.
just whiskey. I just had one lettuce leaf, and that was it.
What?
One lettuce leaf.
One lettuce
That was my
leaf.
choice, yeah.
And a bean.
I was out with one of my friends to get
And then
married.
you had ice for dessert.
Yeah, the Pride Butterfield diet.
And Saturday is treat day. Bon 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 bon. Hoisting crispy owl.
Yeah, so I've been out with friends because one of them was getting married, so we took her out for a meal. Then I went to the theatre with my other friend, which was a birthday present, and we ate out. So yeah, been a bit naughty this week, but being okay. Yeah,
Well done.
naughty but sensible.
But we'll get some steps done today, and we'll have a nice chicken dinner. Not too unhealthy
Got some
though.
steps done yesterday. It was bloody manic and work.
Yeah. And yeah, it should be a nice day. And I'll film wherever we were walking around within reason, because town's a little bit busy. So, but yeah, whenever you're in town and vlogging, it's difficult to not feel a bit self-conscious walking around like this with the camera up. So that's why when we're in town, you'll see a lot of what is ahead of us and not what's behind of us. Because if I'm holding phone here to my chest, no one really bothers that much. Look, I'm also wearing one of my new t-shirts that I should be saving for my holidays. It's a QWERTY one. So I've dropped Gemma off for her appointment, and I've decided to come for a little stroll around Crown Street Park, which is actually the site of the first intercity train station ever. And there's some evidence of it for former use, but if you'd have been here in 1830, for about 6 years according to Wikipedia, this was the spot of the Liverpool to Manchester Railway where you would get on your train to go to Manchester, which was unheard of at the time. And that that tower there, is part of, I think it's one of the chimneys to provide ventilation to the Wapping Tunnel that runs from here under Liverpool to Edge Hill, which is a bit further to the east of here. Now I will say there's some really good stuff on YouTube if you're interested in railways around Liverpool. Far greater than my quick sort of, I'm just coming here out of curiosity chatter about it. But yeah, it's kind of cool because this is where it all started. And I think there's a little plaque down here that commemorates it. I'm going to have a look at this, so this is cool. I didn't quite realise just how big it was. You've got the old ironwood that's rusted away. I've definitely seen a video from under here on YouTube where someone actually did walk around and down the tunnels, which, yeah, I'm not really an urbexer, but it is out there, the information. Let's go and have a look at the plaque. Or maybe not. There you go, Liverpool Crown Street. This public open space marks the western terminus of the world's first passenger railway. Fantastic. And now we're in town. Gemma's with us now. Hello Gemma. It's busy, so filming will be limited. There was a store called Miniso that we're having a little browse. Lots of Stitch and Pokemon and stuff like that. Good for present ideas here, isn't it?
Yes.
Looking for our niece Sophia. Yeah, lots of stuff. We even have Kerbers, look at that. Would be coming in here as well. You're stocking up on Costa Rican pink pineapple sunrise. Well, I was going to say we came into town without buying beer, so we can treat ourselves to a couple of things, but that got out of hand pretty quickly. Well, I gotta be honest, we did plan to spend longer and do more steps in town, but it looks like it's going to chuck it down.
But instead we spent money and less time.
We spent money and now we're thirsty, so we're going to go home and have a beer. No, it does look like it's going to bucket it down.
Does, yeah.
So, anyway, I'll get the car set, we'll see you home. You are testing your products.
Yeah.
What did you get then?
I got, there was 3 hand soaps for $22.50, so we got peach Bellini, warm vanilla sugar, because that'll lead me into autumn, and pink pineapple sunrise because it's the best and it'll be gone soon. I've got a body spray, pink pineapple sunrise because I've used half of it, and a shower gel.
Pink pineapple sunrise.
And the hand cream.
And a hand cream. Is that pink pineapple sunrise as well?
It is, yeah, because it's my favourite summer scent, and it'll go away.
I made the critical error of saying, I'll pay for it, and then she spent 65 quid. And then I thought, well, okay, fair enough.
But it lasts for ages.
We'll go to the Lego store where Gemma can treat me And I got, yeah, I don't know what happened, but I ended up buying Gemma this Lego Jaws set. Because Gemma wanted some snails, didn't you?
I wanted some snails.
Well, we've wanted that one for a while, haven't we? So we can build that together. I am joking, by the way. I don't really. But Gemma wanted these snails. This was the free purchase. So that set was 130 quid, and the purchase limit was 145 to get this free set. So then we had to also get, at the till, a little train, just so that we could get the snails.
I figured you'd like the train.
Yeah, the train's cute, isn't it? But we also, they're very kind in there. They gave us a free minifig. When you spend 130 quid, you got a free minifig. And his head has indeed fallen off.
His little ghosty.
No, to be fair, they always, every time I've been in, the last few times, they give me a free minifig. I think
he's got a different.
Yeah, he's got a double print head, hasn't he?
Yeah, I like.
I think it's they look at my account, and then in absolute shock at how much money I spent on Lego over the years, they just go, "We better give him something."
How was he holding his little ghosty?
Yeah, it was in his hand. You can fit a Lego. I'll sort it in a second.
Oh, there we go.
I'll sort it in a second.
I fired it across the room.
Yeah. So yeah, spent up. Holiday cancelled with no spending money. No, Gemma's dad was very kind and sold us some dollars at a preferential rate that he had because he didn't use it for his holiday, didn't he?
Yeah.
So we've actually got done pretty well with our savings for the holiday now. At some point we still need to do our sit down chat.
We do. Maybe we can do that this afternoon.
No, I'm having a beer this afternoon.
Do both.
I think people have had enough videos of me drunk. Well, having bought the large Lego set that we bought today, I thought I'd build a completely different one in today. These camper vans. Every time Lego releases a camper van, I buy it. That's the camper van finished. Apparently there's been an explosion and everyone fell over. The actual build's really good. I enjoyed that. And Gemma has cooked us this lovely chicken dinner for tea, chips and a lot of salad. Looks really nice. Thank you, honey.
Okay.
Well, it is Monday evening and we've come for a walk. And of course, as we've got here, we're at Crosby Beach. It started raining. But we can watch this massive, ugly cruise ship leaving. What is it? Princess Cruises, something or other.
It's the Princess Cruises, something or other, yeah.
Yeah. And the Iron Men on the beach that we'd normally come and see. They're 20 years old now. They've been on the beach for 20 years. They're only supposed to be here for a year or so. But the council bought them and they're a permanent fixture now. So happy birthday to the Iron Men. Pigeon. Well, what did you say the ship was, honey?
The Emerald Princess.
The Emerald Princess. You're on the DJI because I've got the microphone, so I can hopefully limit some of the wind. But it is very windy tonight, so maybe not the best night to come for a walk. But at least we can get a bit of fresh air for 2 minutes and see the cruise ship leave.
This windy.
No. It's peaking the microphone, I can see it.
Yeah, we can just sit in the car for a bit.
Yeah, I think that's probably a nice idea rather than going any further than this. Ooh, the sea smells nice though.
Yeah, it does. Feel it?
No. We used to come here every week during lockdown, but with having to travel for work and stuff, we just don't get the chance in the evenings anymore. Well, our walk didn't amount to much because it's so windy out there, so we just sat in the car relaxing, and we are going to do, and it'll be its own video, the pre-trip chat for the Disney trip that we're going on this year. And I'm laughing because we didn't decide that it was good. We've already done it, and we didn't decide that it was going to be its own video until the end. It was 20 minutes long and thought maybe we should make it its own video. This. Well, that was a fantastic walk. It went well, I think you'll agree. No further ships. I can see the cruise ship's still on the horizon over there. Hang on. It's like way out over there somewhere. And there's a couple of container ships out there as well. I think we're going to head home. Well, it's Wednesday and we're going to close the vlog off later, but look at how long this boy is. I've never seen him lie like that before. And there's a lot of cat here as well. Not only is he long, but there's a good solid amount of cat in the middle there. But anyway, yes, it is indeed Wednesday, and that does mean we need to get this thing edited and online, whatever this thing is, because it kind of got out of hand a little bit, didn't it, with the pre-trip chat there. So we're going to end off, and thank you for watching. I hope you found something useful in. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, thanks for watching. Look after each other. We'll see you in the next vlog, which is next weekend. Apparently it's going to be a heat wave, 33 degrees, which means it'll probably rain. We'll see you then. Goodbye.